Hey guys, Reuben Williams here, founder of SportsGrad. Back in the day, I landed a job at Cricket Australia on the Monday after my final university exam. And then 3 years later, when COVID hit and my job was made redundant, rather than looking for work for months on end, I was headhunted into a role that doubled my salary. I'm not telling you this to brag, I'm telling you because there is a method to it. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. For example, Lucas Viana, one of our members, called the SportsGrad method a cheat code, and another member, Sasha Brahim, she called it magic. And honestly, I'll take that. Now, most people spend years trying to break into sport and never figure out why it is not working. And so the reason that this podcast exists is to change that. Every week, I'm going to share some real moments from real coaching calls that are unfiltered, unscripted, so you get a taste for the kind of work that has helped people land over 800 roles in sport and counting. If you're ready to stop guessing and start moving in the right direction and go after the career that you've always wanted, apply for the SportsGrad Method program at sportsgrad.com.au. Now, let's get into it. Before you can understand what you need to do to go forward, you need to understand where you're at right now. And so I want you to think of your career as a rocket ship. And basically, we need to get all cylinders firing so that your rocket ship can not only get up off the launch pad, but actually break through orbit as well. I'm sure you've seen some of those failed space missions where, the rocket kind of combusts on the landing pad or never really quite makes it into outer space as well. And that's usually because some things aren't firing as well as they could. And the same thing happens with your career. There are certain things happening with you guys that are perhaps holding you back from getting started, or perhaps holding you back from from breaking through as well. So we're going to find out what they are and what engines you've got firing and whatnot. So when you go through the career audit, it'll basically get you to score a whole bunch of different metrics. And the first set of metrics is your velocity score. So what we would like to do is understand how quickly is your career moving at the moment. And so when you've got these things dialed in, that kind of gives you an indication of how quickly your career can move. So for example, you've got your purpose. If your purpose is really dialed in and you can articulate it clearly, then it makes it very easy to answer the question, why do you want to work in sport? And that makes people believe your answer as well. So when that's dialed in, people are naturally going to accelerate you forward, but also you're going to accelerate yourself forward as well. If you truly believe, this is what you want to do and why you want to do it, you will move heaven and earth to get there. Trust me. So first test is how clearly articulated is your purpose on a scale out of 10. Second one is your vision. If you do not have an idea of where you want to go in the future, any sort of path or shiny object or carrot will lead you in any direction. And it will feel like, and which means that any action is going to feel like progress, but really it can mean that you're just moving sideways, up and down. When you've got a vision kind of clearly locked in, it gives you a target. And so when you've got that target in mind, you know what moves make sense and what moves don't make sense. So give that a score on a scale of 1 to 10 as well. How clearly articulated is your vision for your career? The next one is your community. So think of this like your ground crew who are helping navigate your rocket into space. So this is like your network. These are the people you can call when you're in a bit of a slump, when you're not sure what to do, when you need a door opened, when you just need someone like-minded who understands what you're going through. These are the people that can guide you through all the different challenges that come with a career. And if you don't have a community around you, then everything moves much, much more slowly. So if you do have that around you, everything moves much more quickly, okay? Like if I've got a business problem right now, I can pick up the phone and call a few different mentors who can get me moving quickly. Same thing occurs for you guys as well. Do you have that proximity to the people that can keep you moving forward? So you want to give yourself a score on 1 to 10 for that as well. The next one is your plan. So knowing where you're going isn't just enough. You want to have a system that also kind of coordinates the things you do week to week, so you know exactly what to do and when. I've got this built in heavily into the way that I operate my life and my career in the past as well, so that I understand what are the different things this quarter, this month, this week, this day that are actually going to move me towards where I want to go. If your actions are kind of inconsistent or reactive and you're doing things in bursts, then it's probably clear that you don't have a plan. But if you do have a weekly structure that has got clear actions based on the goals you've set for yourself, then you you are going to have much more success getting to where you need to go. So you want to score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on that as well. Then the next one is your belief. So, and this is kind of a result of the previous measures as well. But in anyone's given career, you are going to encounter some sort of turbulence at some sort of time. It could be slow week, it could be a rejection, moments of doubt, and your belief is what keeps you moving. And most people don't fail because they are incapable. They stop because progress feels slow and their belief starts to run out. So, if this is on the lower end, then and you're feeling like, I know what I need to be doing, but just can't seem to make myself do it, then you're probably scoring yourself somewhere between a 1 and a 3. But if you're the kind of person who finds a way when life gets in the way, and you pick yourself back up and adjust, then that's when you're the higher end of this as well. So what you want to do to understand where you're at is calculate a career velocity score. So when you've got your score out of 10 for each of these, what you simply want to do is you're going to get a score out of 50, 5 marks, 1 to 10 scale, times that by 2 to turn that into a score out of 100 and turn that into a percentage. Okay. So if you scored 25 times it by 2, give it a percentage, that becomes 50%. That basically means your career is moving at 50% of your total capacity. Okay. So if you are at 0 to 24%, you're currently crawling at this rate. And it's going to take you, probably a couple of years to break into sport with the way that things are moving. If you're at 25 to 50%, like you're moving, but it's going pretty slowly, and without increasing your velocity, you're looking at like, a 1 to 2 year sort of timeline to break into sport and a lot of sort of wasted energy along the way. If you're moving at 50 to 75% ish, then, all right, you're accelerating now, you've got some momentum. And at this sort of range, you're looking at probably 6 to 12 months of break for the timeline to break in. But where we want to get you to is 75 to 100%. This is where, your velocity is so high that, it becomes a matter of days and weeks, not years, to break into sport, which is why Dan Raffin, someone in our program, took 14 days to land a job in sport. So we want to make sure we get that career velocity score up as high as possible. All right, guys, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed that and got something out of it. If you want to learn directly from me and our other SportsGrad coaches who are working directly in the industry, then jump into the SportsGrad Method program. Once you're inside, you'll also get access to the entire SportsGrad Method curriculum that comes with a 90-day roadmap, so you know exactly what to do next. There is a step-by-step system to this. You do not have to think of what to do. We have thought of it all for you. Plus, you can tap into the SportsGrad network and get introductions to the people that might be hard to meet for you at the moment. Plus, you'll be surrounded by the wonderful SportsGrad community who are all helping each other get closer to their goals as well. So the results speak for themselves. Have a look at the website if you want to check it all out, but we'd love to see you inside and receive your application. See ya.